Hello, everybody, and welcome to Manga Palate. This is your co-host, or host, Manga Chef Isaiah, with my co-host, Blissessly Luna. Yeah.
Hey! Oh man, you for a second I thought you were gonna choke there, but I'm proud of you. You lucked it out.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
And this is back to Horror Palette.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're calling it.
Yeah. So this is the second one, and we're doing, well, Blissessly Luna picked Jinrou game.
Yeah, I did. I really like this. I think it's actually, as far as death games go, a really solid one. So I kind of wanted to talk about this.
It's like
Yeah,
a
go on.
werewolf game in English. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know it just means werewolf?
Yep.
Are people familiar with the game Werewolf? Because it is a game.
I think so.
I imagine, right? Okay. Well, anyway, Jinro game is well, it was originally a net novel. No, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up the thing I was gonna bring up for news. Right. It was a manga that was written in January 8th, 2014, and it was a monthly that ran until June 8th, 2015. It was written by a guy whose name is actually Gigeru Akiguchi, but for the purposes of Jinro game, he gave himself a pen name, which is Ryo Kawakami. He has written a bunch of other things, including the sequel to Jinro game and a completely different spin-off. But he also adapted some things, like Catherine, you know that game?
Mm-hmm.
He adapted it into a manga, and he's written a few other things. The art is drawn by somebody named Koldon, who has not actually worked on anything else, at least that anyone knows by that specific pen name. It's possible he has a different name, or they have a different name, and just chose this one to draw for Jinro game. But yep, that's kind of it. I picked Jinro game for a few reasons. We're both pretty big fans of death games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this one is actually a better version of a few things we've already seen that you've mentioned before the show. But also, Jinro game is actually relatively popular. I know you wouldn't know this, but Jinro game has 8 film adaptations.
8?
8. It became a yearly franchise in 2014, 2013. And then it just started dropping a bunch of them, man.
Do people think it was like a really simple concept or something?
I think death games are fairly straightforward concepts. I mean, Battle Royale sort of changed everything. It created a genre, and as a result, it's birthed so many similar things. But whereas Battle Royale is more like a social commentary thing, Jinro game in particular, I would say, is a very humanist thing, and that's kind of what I like so much about it. We're going to be talking about the first two because the second one is a direct continuation of the first one, whereas Crazy Fox and a bunch of the movies are just completely spin-off. They have nothing to do with the first two. So yeah, the first one was written January 8th, 2014 to June 8th of 2015, and it's a pretty simple setup. A bunch of people wake up after being kidnapped in a place, and then they're told, "Hey, you're gonna play werewolf now, and if you choose not to play werewolf, like that girl who was like, no, you die, because you got like horrible collars." That's kind of it.
Don't break
If you know,
the rules.
if you
Don't
know
try to
werewolf,
escape.
it's werewolf. Yeah, that's it. B-side adds a bunch of the other characters from the adaptations of the game, because it's changed over time. Originally, it was just a very simple, like, straightforward wolves people. But as it's been adapted to, like, card games and a lot of other iterations, they've added roles to make it a little more interesting. And B-side reflects that. But I think a downside I see in B-side that Jinro game doesn't have is that because B-side has, like, the space for, like, ooh, this person can protect someone from dying, and this person knows all the roles, and these people know each other, like, shit like that. It kind of pulls away from the very human interbalance thing, and I don't think that B-Side's characters are as interesting as Jinro games originals characters, But where B-side has a fun bit is it actually follows a single through line, whereas Jinrou game is kind of sparse and spread apart. But I like that. So okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about the first Jinrou game.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say?
Like you said,
well,
it's more about the characters.
yeah,
The way it started off was interesting.
yeah, the just random kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just
I like
kind of
that.
took her when she finished going to the library. She's like, nah, maybe next week.
Dragged her into a fucking van.
I'm like, it's kind of scary.
It is, isn't it?
Like some rich dude would just be like, hey, I just want these specific people.
Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. So in a lot of these kind of setups, the ontological mystery of you don't know why we're here, um, you tend to have like some sort of big mysterious reason, right? And I remember that before we're recording this episode, you compared it to Nine Dead, but also I'm not sure if you meant House of Nine, which are two different ontological mysteries vis-a-vis death games, sort of like this. Which one did you mean? Did you mean House of Nine or did you mean Nine Dead?
I think
'Cause
House
Nine
of
Dead is the
Nine-
one where they all know each other. House of Dead is where they're all in the apartment thing.
And then the ending was like, they get money, right? But then
Yeah,
they're
that was
stuck in
House
a-
of Nine.
And then they're stuck in a new one.
That
Yeah.
was House of Nine.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so here's the thing I disagree with you about, is that House of Nine, they have no reason to be with each other.
Yeah.
That's the entire point of Jinrou game. That they have motive to harm each other beyond the fact that they would win money. Because it's to the people in the game, it's not actually about the money.
It's about getting back.
It's about getting revenge.
Hmm.
And that's what I like about it. As opposed to in Nine Dead, it's more about the slow dissolution that people have. Also in Nine Dead, they don't obligate you to kill people. You could potentially live there forever. It's like Danganronpa in that sense.
Hmm.
Whereas Jinrou game is, no, someone is going to have to die. Now you can either take advantage of this situation and make it a person you hate, or you can be the one to die next. Really, it makes no difference. The game is going to continue with or without you. So
Yeah.
then it
You
becomes,
have to do it every day.
yeah, it becomes supplementary. Well, that's why when Inose was like, what if I don't want to fucking play? They killed her immediately. It's like, no, you're going to have to play. You can't refuse. They give them a strict time limit to vote. So like Danganronpa and House of Nine have the thing where you could potentially live there forever. The only reason you would want to escape is because you can't stand being around people this long, or because there's something that makes you want to leave, right?
Hmm.
Like in Danganronpa, the motives are the reasons that they leave. Like Maizona wants to see what happened to her friends, and Owada doesn't want anyone to find out what he considers to be his dark secret, right? And in House of Nine, it's that these people their social structure slowly dissolves. It's about people in isolation falling apart, and then that's what leads them to go nuts and start killing each other. Right? It's tension from just completely disparate people having to come into conflict with one another. Right. Jinrou game is these people are all directly interconnected. They all know each other to some degree for some reason or another. Mind you, some of them are ridiculous. Like Kawasaki is just a megalomaniac. He's like, I am the best, I need to be the best. If I'm not the best, if you tell me I'm not the best and don't listen to me, I'll fucking lose my mind. And he's crazy.
Mhm.
Fine. But like that, him being fucking crazy would give him a significant motive. He needs like he's a hair trigger. Like anything could make him go fucking nuts. But everyone
Well, he
else,
did get into a fight with the big dude, Fujiki.
Fujiki, yeah. But why? Because he wanted to kill him off. That's what I mean. But like, Kawasaki's whole thing is he needs to feel that he's the best, or that he's in control.
Mhm.
And if he's not, it makes him belligerently angry. So like, did you understand who the person he hated was?
The guy said it, right?
No, not Fujiki. He got mad at Fujiki after the fact.
Oh, then I don't know.
He hated Inaba. Because Inaba is the person who left the post on his fucking song thing that said, "You're unoriginal, go kill yourself, this is trash."
Oh, yeah.
That's what got him into the fight at school. Because his obsession with being like important and good and cool and like being better than others is what makes him belligerent. I am 100% like you saw how nuts he went when like all he saw was the message.
Yeah, he just kept biting his thumb.
Yeah, until he bled. And he didn't really give a shit about people at school going, "Oh, he's creepy, oh, he's weird." He's like, "You people don't know anything. You're all worthless. The only thing that matters is the adulation I get for what I create." And then that person, that piece of shit, said that I'm not good. They're not good. They're full of shit. I'll kill him. Like he's a megalomaniac. He's nuts. So like him turning on Fujiki is just because he's like big scary guy who could possibly be a threat to my life. Nah, fuck that. So then he takes what you could say is the protagonist Nishina aside and is like, "Hey, vote with me." And what happens when she says no? He goes nuts. Like it's more than just I'm scared of that guy. He's a person who's very flawed. And if the point of the game is to get the most joy out of observing it, considering all the cameras and stuff, it makes sense that they would pick someone that belligerent.
Well, we don't even know much about. I wish I knew more about the people who like made the game.
That is one thing I don't dig too much about it, which I would actually say is a fair comparison to House of Nine, wherein like there is no explanation.
It's just a recording.
It's just well, I mean, the implication, at least by the end of B-side, is that they're doing it to enjoy themselves, which is also sort of the implication in House of Nine. It's like a shadowy group, but I don't know if that's necessarily as important. You know what I mean?
Knowing the person.
Yeah, knowing why they're there, as opposed to knowing what they're going to do now that they're here.
But yeah, it's not that important.
That's what I mean. But like, I remember that fucking movie. Oh god, what was that movie that came out like a while ago? It was like PG-13. Fuck, it was another ontological mystery like this, where like people go to a place, and then the first room is like a giant furnace, and in the second room somebody freezes to death. And it's like, oh my fucking god, what was it called? Escape Room. Escape Room. Escape Room at the end tells you that it's like, yeah, it's just for show. It's just so that like people who like watching humans attempt to overcome fucking trials can watch it. The richest, the most powerful people. And in the end, I'm like, okay, cool, that's it. Like, I don't think it really changed anything. You know what I mean? I don't know if knowing why they're doing it would actually change anything. That's what I mean.
It was just because of the end of the second of B-side.
Yeah, but she says she wants to join them.
Yeah, I'm
right.
Like, how did she know they were listening?
Well, there were cameras the whole time. That was at the beginning, like from the beginning of the first one.
Yeah.
There's cameras everywhere, and
but
there's
when she went outside too.
Oh no, but she knows she was in there.
Yeah.
Like they dumped her outside of the place she was in, so she's like, "Can I go back in?"
Yeah, which makes me think, are there like other winners?
No, I think it's just a group of people who are doing this, and that she it reminds me of Battle Royale actually, where there is a character that just actively chooses to be part of the games. Because in Battle Royale, like I said, it's more of a social commentary thing. It's like, oh, people aren't living up to the expectations the society has set for you, so you're a fucking problem. You need to do something with your life. So we're going to do this at random so that people can like look at that, be horrified, and remember, yeah, if you don't want this to happen to you, do something with your life. But there's two people who actively join the game after the fact. Like, Kawada joins because he wants revenge for what happened to his girlfriend, but Kazuo Kiriyama joins just because he wants to kill people. Like, that's his whole thing. He's like, no, this is fun, I want to do this. He won another game by killing everybody, and he's chosen to go back because he finds delight in, like, now it's sort of like one of those things where it's like, oh, now that I've killed someone and I know how that feels, I enjoyed it and I don't want to go back to not doing that. Because in polite society, you can't do that. It's horrible. It's what monsters do. And I think the implication throughout the entirety of B-side is watching the person dissolve into that sort of a monster. But because we're so focused on the person who survives the first game,
Hmm.
it's not. It's everyone else is not as well described, and that I think sucks. I like that better about the first Jinrou game, where like everyone actively has a reason for hating each other.
What they did to the fat guy,
Machimura?
Machimura, that was messed up.
You mean when they killed him, or do you mean
No, what he like,
oh, why he's mad?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally. That's what I mean by like everyone has a legitimate motive.
But I think that was the most messed up one.
I would put it to Tada.
Uh,
I think Tada had the worst one. He was the former soccer player.
uh, yeah,
I
and then
think
she
his is
just
the
ran
worst one.
over him.
I think his is the worst one because his entire life was dedicated to being a soccer player. He's been playing to be a soccer player since he was a kid. He's on a team. He knows he's gonna take it to nationals, and then a random person who stole a bike hits him, shatters his legs, and he'll never play again. His life is over. His entire life has been dedicated to this thing, and he's getting ready to kill himself, but he won't do it because he doesn't know. He doesn't know what it means if he dies anyway. And then when he meets the girl, she has the gall to say it's your fault for getting in my way. Like I think his is the worst.
Uh, I don't know. I think Machimura is also screwed for life. But
No, I'm
his
not.
like,
I'm not saying he isn't. He's probably gonna end up a Hiki, but he could do things. He could leave town. It's only
uh,
because people know him. He has to move away.
yeah, I guess Tada has
He has
to
to leave. Tada's just fucked now.
permanently can't play.
That's it. No, he can't. That's what the doctor said. He's like, he's never going to play again. No matter how much he heals, no matter his legs can't hold that strain anymore. He can still walk, he can still run, he can still, do some things, but he's never going to be an athlete. That's it. And when your whole life is built for that dream, I can't imagine what that's like. It's like if tomorrow I lost my hands. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
Okay, I guess that is pretty bad.
Yeah, I would say Machimura's thing is he just has to leave. He has to give up everything. But it's not that bad if you think about it, because what else does he have to lose? If he
Yeah, he
leaves
didn't really
everybody,
have that much.
nobody knows him. So what's wrong with that? He doesn't want anyone who knows him, because if anyone knows him, then they'll know about the thing that happened.
Yeah.
It's a social thing less than it is like a physical thing. That's what I think. And you can get away with like erasing social things. People have done that many times. They've moved across the country and just started a whole new life.
Nope, that wasn't me. It's ran away really hard. Nope.
Yeah, I think he's just gave up because he's like, no one will ever forget. And I'm like, you know what, dude? That's fine. If that's how you feel about it, that's cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie and say it wasn't fucked up. I'm not gonna tell you that the pain you're feeling isn't real. So yeah. And if he doesn't want to confront it, then he doesn't have to. I'm just saying there is an option. It's just not a great one. Leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just leave. Wasn't
Just
your
leave.
fault, but just leave.
What are you gonna do, man? It's fucked here, right? Just go. But yeah. So like that's what I mean by like to me, Tada's is the worst, which is why the fact that he holds out till the very end impresses me, because I don't think it's because he's too good for it. I think he's just an amazing actor.
Like he really didn't want to be pulled out.
Okay, so I mean, what I mean is, Tada, I think, was playing every side until the very end. No part of me believes that he was in any way the person he pretended to be.
He wasn't.
I don't believe that at all.
You sure he wasn't trying to win?
That's what I mean. But like he pretended to be happy and nice. And remember, at the very end, he told Nishina, he's like, yeah, but I learned to love because of you. Right? Like I didn't want to hurt you. No part of me believes that.
Yeah, I didn't believe that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
Oh,
I
I think you
think
said he was like that.
no, even to the very end,
Yeah.
he kept up his act.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So I think it's impressive that being directly confronted with the person who took his dream from him, he still was like, if I want to win, I have to wait to the end. I think that says a lot about how cold and calculating he is.
He also like hit on them. like in Nishina.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, he's been playing her from the beginning. No, but I mean the fact that he could hold in the unimaginable contempt he has for Konomi
Yeah, to kill her at the end.
until the very end is impressive.
Well, I mean, it would be too obvious, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, so what?
Also, weren't they like reminded by like a TV?
But that's what I mean by so what?
He
Would
could
it
have not
matter
known.
if you're that mad?
He
Would it
could-
matter if you're that mad?
He never seen the biker until the TV screen showed him.
No,
Was her.
oh, okay. I guess what you mean is he doesn't know if she's the one who did it.
Yeah.
It could have been a random. I think he knew, because when he confronts Nishina, he says the driver was blank, and then he sort of says it like, "Oh, I already knew that, but I care more about living," and that's what he says.
Mm.
Because otherwise, I think there would have been a bit more of an explosion if he were trying to play the part of the character that he's saying he is.
Mm.
That's why I really liked Fujiki, because Fujiki like wore his heart on his sleeve.
Hmm.
Fujiki is the most honest, nice person, and nobody trusted him
No.
until like they had to. And I mean, I'm not saying he's a good person. He's not. Or at least I'm what I'm trying to say, I guess, is he doesn't do the right thing ever. I'm just saying he's honest. Cause like he hated Inose because Inose was gonna snitch on him for being a fucking scummy hood rat. And Inaba hates him because he hooked her boyfriend on drugs. But like when it came to playing the game, he was like, nah, like what Tada said is right. We gotta keep our heads cool. I don't really care. I'm not mad. Like, and then there's the part where like everybody's sort of purporting that they're not gonna listen to him. And he instead of saying like fuck everybody, I'll kill her myself, he just goes, you guys are stupid and you're gonna get us all killed. That's what I mean. He's a surprisingly honest person for what his character is supposed to be, like scummy hood rat kid.
Yeah. I think that was also just like
thought that was
mislead
cool.
us. But yeah.
I liked him a lot. Go on.
I think they were supposed to like mislead us and be like, he's supposed to be the werewolf. Because it's like gonna be super strong.
I
Why would he
mean,
be the werewolf?
I always figured it had to be like the first time I read it, I was like, it's two girls. Until like the part where Tada starts talking about where Tada pulls that thing in and he goes, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna go with my pain, with what hurts me.
With
I'm
my
going to
gut.
vote for Konomi because she hurt me. And I know it's irrational, but it's all I got. And if you have faith, I was like, oh, okay, he's the other one. All right, cool. The second he gives that emotional speech, I'm like, you are so full of shit. You are the most full of shit.
Yeah, he stopped being logical until now.
Yeah, he's like, now you want to talk about your feelings? Because you wanted to follow you with your feelings? She's like, you love me, right? We took each other's virginity. Like, you have faith in me. You trust me. Help me kill this person who hurt me. You know I would never hurt you. I'm like, that is the most abusive, manipulative boyfriend thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no fucking way he's not the werewolf. Ah, man. And then, you know, I'm also, he also pulled the same gambit that, fucking Nishina pulls in the second one, where she throws her own he throws his own teammate under the bus.
What do you mean? Oh,
Remember-
like backstab at the end.
Yeah, he tells Marie when she's being put up, he's like, then you are the werewolf and we're going to have to kill you to survive. And you could see that hitch in her expression where she goes like, are you about to sell me out when we're both the werewolf?
Yes.
Fucking really? And he's like, yeah, bitch, I'm here for me. Like, don't get it twisted. You can tell yourself whatever you want. You thought we were a team? Nah. I need to win. I need to get out of here. Or whatever his reason for leaving is. Because I don't know if he genuinely wanted to kill people. I just know he was acting the whole time and wanted to win.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to live. Like
I
everybody.
don't know what it was. But I know that like that whole friendly, salt of the earth guy, that was a whole act.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I respect that hustle. I respect that hustle a lot. I like acting because acting is just lying, and I'm really good at lying. So,
I
It's
mean,
not. It's not
if
hard
your
to do.
life is on the line, you gotta hustle.
You gotta hustle. Lie, cheat, steal. That's the Eddie Guerrero way. Whatever you got, man. Whatever you got, you gotta get the fuck out of here. The money at this point is a side victory. I get to kill the girl who took my dream from me, and to go home. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, and money. This is a big victory for me.
Well, he wasn't going home.
Tada Tomohiro might win. But he wouldn't know that.
No, well, yeah, you wouldn't know that.
He wouldn't know that. Because that's what happens to Nishina and Konomi. They win, and then they go, and then it's like, hey, round 2. And I'm like, fucking what? And so I'm like, Tada would have won, and then go like, yeah, I killed the girl who I hate more than anything else, and I get to get the fuck out. This is hype. This is hype. This is hype. Round 2. Ah, fuck.
Well, let me get the weakest person again.
Well, let's look for. Hey, that girl. What's your name? Munakata. You look sad and dumpy as an otaku. All right. What if me, the nice handsome guy, starts dating you? This means I win. I'll win it again. I'll win again. Damn it! I'll do the same thing I did with Nishina. This is gonna be free. This is gonna be free.
You want to start talking about the second one, or does it work?
Okay. So. I guess I have a few things else I would still like to say about 1. I really do like the whole chain thing, because I think that's a thing that 2 lacks.
Cheating.
No, the chain, like the fact that they're all actually straight up connected.
Oh yeah.
That it's made very very direct.
Yeah.
Like okay, so Nishina hated Shimobayashi because Shimobayashi has been stealing shit from the bookstore that she grew up around. That's closing down because of the money they can't make, and Shimobayashi's selling all that shit to make his own kind of pocket money. Inose was going to snitch on Fujiki about all the drugs and smoking and shit that he does at school. It was going to get him thrown out, and his life would be over. Tada had his leg destroyed by Konami when she stole a bike and ran him over, and his dreams were destroyed, and he almost committed suicide because of that. Mari, the older Inoue sister, hates Tada because her bully has only doubled down on her and gotten worse on her because of Tada. Mind you, I think she was legit. I think she was serious when she said I forgive him. When she was like he didn't mean to say that. I think that was for real because I think Mari is not like Tada. I think Mari wanted to wanted to do the right thing,
but
versus Tada is like completely heartless.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Mari's definitely not like. She didn't want to be.
Yeah, I don't think she's a monster. I think she's just kind of like doing it because she has to do it, which is why when during her execution, her sister is the one that kills her. She says, "I'm sorry. I know this must be hard for you." Like she seems to care until the very end. Whereas when Tada dies, he just looks shocked, like, "Oh, this bitch actually pulled it on me. You got me. Ah, bitch, I was gonna win." Like that's what I mean. So yeah, Mari's supposed to hate Tada because Tada not dating a girl, and the fact that he like ignores that she's being bullied is also really shitty. Yeah. That's kind of what made me think I don't think he actually cares about anyone. Because when the guy says, "Hey, so and so wants to date you, what do you think?" "Nah, why not?" "Cause she's two-faced." "What do you mean?" She bullies that girl Inoue in the other class, but she acts like she's all nice. I don't like that. I was like, wait, she's being bullied. You're not gonna do shit about it though, right? You're just gonna let that rock. You're just gonna let that rock, cause it has nothing to do with you, right? That's what I mean. Like you're not in a great place. All right, I get that. Your complete disregard for other human life, though. All right, cool.
That's who he is.
Yeah, that's who he is. That's what I mean. But like, that was a sign that's like, I think all this is bullshit.
Once he lost his foot, he was like, "Oh, my life's over."
Nah, life's over. Fuck it. Who cares? Anything. Yeah, I don't care about nothing. I had cared about one thing, that was football, and now it's gone. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with my life? Nothing. Konami actually hates Nishina because her boyfriend, or I guess the guy she was sleeping with, because he doesn't even seem to think he was her boyfriend. The guy she was sleeping with was like, "I like Nishina. Let's break up." And then she goes, "Seriously?" And he goes, "Well, if you still want to fuck, that's cool." And I'm like, wow, what a scumbag. Shimobayashi doesn't get his explained because he dies fast. But during Kawasaki's thing where he's bitching about it, the person who commented on his music, he and his friend mentioned that there's a guy who's selling games. So that might be a reference to Shimabayashi. I don't actually know. Which means that Inose would have hated Shimabayashi. But since she died immediately, we'll never know. Machimura gets falsely accused of sexual assault by Mari. And even though it's proven wrong, the fact that he was brought in for it is enough of a problem and it kills his life socially. Kawasaki's a goddamn megalomaniac. And Inaba called him unoriginal, and that was enough for him to, like, just be fucking nuts. Inaba is mad that her boyfriend got addicted to drugs and his life was over. And that's because Fujiki sold him drugs. Because he works for, like, a crime group. And Fujiki, like I said, hates Inose because Inose was gonna snitch on him. And ruin his fucking life. But, I mean, he's a hood rat. So, like, that's kind of what happens. Unless you can clean up, like, you just gonna stay there. So yeah, see how like that's all like all weaved and interconnected? I like that. I like that a lot. Because B-Side does not have that.
No.
B-Side has people who are connected, but not enough where you can see the causal chain as to like, oh, that's why everyone is here. It's like this person's connected to this person. What about all these other people? Oh, fuck them. They don't mean anything.
Do you think Machimura hates Mary?
Yeah.
I thought he hated the people that like
I think he cared.
bullying.
No, I think he cared more about getting out. But like he says, you don't even remember, do you? But then when he is getting executed because of her second false accusation, he yells at her. He goes, "How many times are you going to ruin my life with these false accusations? If I'm going to die, you have to die with me."
Oh yeah, that's right. She didn't say it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But I don't think she could tell at the same time. So I don't know.
It's a very crowded train. When
she should speak up more, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think that that's part of her being bullied. And she just now, like, resigns herself to her position. The fact that her sister doesn't do shit about it makes me wonder what her sister's actually about. Because Konami stole a bike. Konami watches her sister get beaten up and doesn't do shit about it. And then at B-side, it's revealed that Konami knows that fucking Tada got his girlfriend pregnant. That's it. But like, it doesn't. Like, is she supposed to be average or is she supposed to be kind of sketch? Because I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get her either.
I don't get it. Like, Nishina is explained real hardcore, so I get that. And like everyone else is kind of explained before, with the exception of Shimabayashi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Inose gets a lot of stuff explained after the fact by other people who know her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, she's the third year at the school and does this and this and this, and then like, Fujiki's like, yeah, she's always trying to push her morals on me and shit. Like, there's background given for her. Shimabayashi never gets anything beyond shoplifting guy who sells stuff. I kind of would have liked to see what that was about, but then because he died so suddenly, I get it. But you could tell that there was something there, as opposed to B-side where it's not as much. So now I think we can talk about B-side. So it was published in August 8th, 2015 and ran until January 7th, 2017. It was another monthly, so you know, it took a while. Both B-side and Jinrou game original are like 18 chapters. I think that's good. Like, it doesn't feel very long. No. And I think that's good because a lot of the death game things can either feel drawn out or too short. Like, if it's not the right length, it'll feel like you're still doing this.
Which stuff game? I never felt that way, but maybe because I never really.
Circle. The circle feels like it's too long. Because it's like 80 people. But like they're not interesting enough for them to be there. Or the fucking the Belko experiment. The Belko experiment feels to me like it could have been a lot shorter. Now that I think about it, both of those are American. That's weird. Let's see. There's one I saw recently that was like a manga about people trapped in like a box maze. I thought it was gonna be like Cube, but it's dumber than Cube, and that's not a good thing.
Cube 1 or 2?
Cube 2. Oh,
it's dumber than Cube 2.
It's dumber than Cube 2, and that's really not a good thing. So yeah, I don't know. There's a few. I'm really into it. like super, super, super in. Like I think you only ever like find out about it when I tell you about stuff.
Hmm.
But like I'm always looking for these things. And yeah, they're not always. Some of them feel too long, and other ones feel so short. I'm like, oh well, that's it. Like the ontological mystery that is Eden no Ori, where it got canceled, so it ended up finishing really early.
Yeah, it's
And it's like, oh no, no, I could have, read a lot more of this. I was really interested. I feel that there's another one. Well, it is a horror thing and it is ontological because they're like in another dimension. They want to know why they're there. Uh, Bokutachi no Ikita Ryu. I feel is kind of long, if only because of all the stupid ghost magic where it's like that person isn't dead, they got resurrected, or then they are dead, and and then like I've reread it maybe twice because I'm never sure if I actually understood how it ended.
it was that bad.
It's that bad. It's that bad. I think the idea is really, really good. I think its execution sucks shit. And that, and that sucks. Because that's why I end up reading a lot of these horror things. I'm like, ooh, this is a really cool idea. How's it going to go? And the thing about death games and other ontological mysteries is that they are saved by their ending. The ending is what makes it worth anything. If it ends poorly, the entire ride was not worth shit. If it ends well, the entire ride now has a satisfying conclusion. Like Kyoshi Tsujibaku Club is like 7 chapters long, and it's tight and it's good. It doesn't feel too short, doesn't feel too long. This is 18 chapters long, and it's really tight. I like it. But then there's some shit that's like, oh, and then the monster showed up, and it's like, cool, when is this over? Oh god, we're at chapter 70, and I feel like I've been here for 7 months. I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh, now I remember what it's called. Reset Game. Reset Game is the cube one. That is really, really dumb.
Does it reset if you go to the wrong room?
No, it's just like serial killer monster guy that's chasing them, and then when he finally catches up to them after they solve a bunch of puzzle rooms, like he sends everyone away randomly because that's the reset part where they'll get scattered but maybe not killed. And then he talks to one girl and goes like, "You know what you must do," and I'm like, "Fuck you." Fuck you, that's where this is going. Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. It just fucking came out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, fuck you, I'm not doing this. And I just dropped it. I was like, chapter 10, and that's like chapter 23. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not. Nah, I'm good. So, yeah. Yeah.
B-side.
B-side is, I think it's only fun for watching Nishino's like descent into madness.
Nishino.
Yeah, Nishina.
Nishino, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only real good part about B-side. Also, can I just mention the expressions in this manga are great.
Yeah.
The faces are good. A lot of the background stuff is sort of like half detailed.
Yeah.
But I don't think and that's not that great.
You can see like half of the room, and then it's just like...
You see like half of the room. You'll see like a portrait, but like he didn't super detail the portrait.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, sure, whatever. But the faces are so good.
Yeah. Like
whenever somebody has like a belligerent moment where they just go nuts, or like they make their expression as they're getting ready to die.
Yeah,
like Hara's face when she knows she got fucking voted to be executed. It's so good. I was like, why would you do this to me? And I was like, ooh, that looks nice. So yeah, B-side. Nishina, Konomi, and Ise are the wolves, and Ise is some random guy. But Nishina and Konomi are the survivors from the other game. I call her by her first name because her sister's last name is, her listed sister's last name is also Inoue.
Yeah.
But in this case, she is the only one. So yeah, so it's Airi Nishina, Konomi Inoue, and Jun Ise. And I gotta say, I didn't like Ise as a villain.
No.
He was
too direct.
Yeah, it was too just, I'm a bad guy. Like, come on. Like with Tada, you didn't really know he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then that's what made him the worst bad guy. That he could act like that and actively be plotting to destroy the people, around him. Whereas Issa's like a crazy person from minute one. It's like, yeah, hey. Who was it? Who is it who fucking talks? That then he like goes up to them and goes like, you're really stupid if you think that's how you're going to win the game.
Was
Like,
it the
remember?
timid girl?
No, I think it was one of the. I think it was Yanagawa because he's the one who's like, shoot me in the face with acid. Like when everyone's arguing about why they're there and stuff, and goes like, well, I guess that's how I know you'll be the person who dies. And then I go like, shut the fuck up, man. What you gonna do? You want to fight? He's like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all good. And then later when Nishina and Inoue go to the place to meet with the wolf with the other wolf, and they're like, oh shit, it's Issei, and he's like, hey guys, what's up? Who we gonna kill? He's just so chill about it.
Yeah.
He's just like, I could imagine that when fucking Mari was gonna be killing people, that Tada would be there cheering her on, like telling her it's gonna be okay. We're just doing this to win. We gotta get out, all right? Don't overthink it. Like he's trying to convince her that murder is okay.
Yeah. And
So
this
that
guy's
he
just like, yo, I'm
and
done.
this guy's just like, yeah, let's kill him. Who you want to kill?
Fuck, the doors are locked.
Yeah,
Stupid
yeah.
guardian.
Yeah, he kicks the door.
Which is kind of blowing his cover, but
He's so salty. It is stupid. He's like, fuck! Kick the door. I was like, they can hear you. They can hear you. Doors are not soundproof, idiot. Oh, and then when they show that he's dating Enomoto, and that he's like an abusive, evil boyfriend, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew he was a dick already. Thank you for proving that he's an even bigger dick. Like, he's boring as a bad guy. He's just a bad guy.
yeah.
That sucks. I don't like that.
One-layered.
Yeah, that's why, like, Nishina and Inoue have to pull the weight as far as the wolves are concerned.
And they actually had a plan.
Yeah, Nishina thinks through everything. I really love that bit when she sort of, like, puts Ino in a position where she could be totally fucked. Where she goes, like, you're the prophet, right? She goes, like, what the fuck are you doing? If this goes bad, I'm gonna die.
That was also the greatest Russian.
Yeah, it's so good. It's such a good face.
Yeah.
It's such a good face. But yeah, she gives her that look that's like, what the fuck are you doing? If we mess this up, I'm gonna die. And I like to think that's probably what Madi felt when Tada was like, if you are the wolf, we're gonna have to kill you. He's like, what the fuck? The fuck, bro? Come on!
You're supposed to have my back.
It's literally the two of us against everyone else. Nah, homie, I'm in it for me. That's basically what Nishina's like. It's like, nah, I'm in it for me.
This is how you win.
Yeah, when Inoue dies later, she goes like, thank you for dying to make me look good. You were a real hero. You're a real hero. Dying so
Real
I could
trooper.
live. Good job. Good job, champ. You did it. You did it. This is so fucking dumb. You can see that Ino is still kind of a person because when they have to pick somebody to kill, she picks Tada. So like Tada ends up getting gets Hara killed because it goes like, she's my girlfriend, she's the wolf. We got to do it. And it's like, what? Why would you have us kill a girlfriend? Because like, it's the right thing and I love her and blah, 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 blah. He just gives a whole stupid fake speech that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it's because she's pregnant, and he's like, nah, no, I don't want no baby. Fuck that.
Wow.
This is a free pass, baby.
Free abortion.
Free pass, no baby, and no girlfriend. I start from scratch. It's all looking up for Tada.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Yeah, I got a happy birthday on that. Killed her, and the thing that wasn't even born. This is so good. Real big success. God, I must have built so much meter off of that. Look at me, I'm doing great. So then, yeah, and then Ino is like, I know why he killed her. Cause like the whole time, fucking Nishina's like, why would he do this? Why is he lying? Why is he saying that his girlfriend is a wolf? I know she's not a wolf. What is he doing?
Stab right in the stomach.
Ah, God, what the fuck? What's going on? And then, it's like, I know why. She's pregnant. He doesn't want to have to deal with the baby. Let's kill him. Like, hard, yes. Let's kill him. And he says, like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she's like, you sound really serious about this? You do it. I'm so about this. You do it. I also realized something. That the end of B-side is sort of what would have happened if Nishina had taken Tada's side.
Yeah, just get got.
You just get got. You get got real hard.
She didn't say a word. That timid girl didn't do anything. Besides saying, no, wait, it's not me.
Wait, do you mean the quiet nervous girl again?
Yeah.
Other quiet nervous girl?
Yeah, the other one. This from B-side.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
He
kind of
he
sad.
told me Tsushima. Yeah, I liked her.
Yeah,
I think she kind of reminds me of what Nishina was like in the other game.
about seeing her thoughts or anything.
Yeah, where she's like kind of uncomfortable, kind of like awkward. She wants to win because she wants to kill the people who have been killing everybody, but she doesn't want to hurt anybody. That's why like Nishina starts vomiting the second from the first death, and then never again is she comfortable looking at the bodies. Everyone else has to do it for her.
Mm.
And
Until
then
B side.
yeah, and B side she just is like, all right, no, I'm about this now.
First murder, here we go.
First murder, here we go. But yeah, and then Munakata has faith in Nishina, so that's why she loses. Like he fucked up. But that's what I mean by now rereading it, I realize that the point of B side, or at least the end of B side, is to see what would have happened if Tada had won.
Yeah.
Because he has somebody who has utmost faith in him. He has somebody who the only other person who knows that he has to be it because it's not them. He's had to have experienced some failings because he had to like throw other people under the bus to make sure he got out.
So you just would have want to play the game again.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess since he lost his foot, that's all you could do.
I mean, what else has he got? What I admire though is that Nishina Nishina's a little more obvious when she's trying to trick people.
Yeah, she didn't do a good job.
Yeah, she gets a kind of a cold face that like totally says, "Oh, I can't wait for someone to die." Right?
Or she like starts defending somebody really hard.
Yeah.
That's also kind of obvious.
Whereas Tada is like playing the game until the very end.
Yeah.
He is the friendliest, nicest man ever. That part at the end when he's fucking lying and pulls tears out,
Mm-hmm.
that's so good. That's so good. He's like crying and he's like, I just don't want to hurt someone I love. And then she stabs him and he goes like, ah, you bitch, you got me. Ah, you got me. She looks so salty as
She
he
even
dies.
felt sad about killing him.
Yeah, she felt bad about it because she liked him.
Yeah,
That was his whole thing. He made her like him.
exactly.
That's what I mean by like, oh man, Tada's so much better than Issei, and Tada was better at it than Nishina. But the one thing I like about B-side is at least watching Nishina's descent into complete bad shit and saying, I want to kill people.
Mm.
Also, Saeki gets all that shit where she's like, oh, I'm so smart. I know so much more than everything. I made, I made the guy throw himself out the door. Like Todo. Like she gets Todo to admit that he hates Tsushima because she turned him down.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
she
then
was
she
like,
gets cocky and dies.
yeah, she gets cocky. That's why she gets fucking got when Issa dies. And he says like, we need to kill her. And everyone, and like Nishina and Ino are like, we got other things to do. He's like, no, we should probably kill her. And then when he goes out, he's like, I'm not going out alone. Ah. And I'm like, yep, Saiki got it. I mean, she was probably going to be a problem. So I think that's what Nishina even says. She goes like, wow, Issa, you did help. Good job.
I'm surprised no one else tried to like murder when they were about to die.
I mean, I thought that's why. I think Hara still loved Taida, and Kosone just committed suicide. Like he couldn't live without Enomoto,
Mm.
and Enomoto looked kind of happy to die, which to me at least says a lot about how miserable she was with Issei.
Jeez.
Yeah, because when she's going for the stab, right?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't say, "Oh God, stop." She doesn't like put her hands up. All she says is, "Oh, that's surprising." She doesn't like fight. She doesn't do. She just lets it happen. And I think it's because she goes, even if I get out of here, what do I have left? I guess because she doesn't know Issa's a wolf at that point.
I mean, she had the baby.
No, Hara. That's Hara. Enomoto is Issa's girlfriend, the one who he beats. When Nishina sneaks into her room to kill her, she doesn't fight back.
No, she got his puts her hand over her mouth.
No, I mean like she doesn't put her arms up to like punch her or shove her or anything. All she says is, "Oh, that's surprising," and then she gets stabbed.
Oh, so she already like.
That's what I mean by like
So,
it feels like she gave up.
Yeah.
Versus Kosone didn't want to give up on her. which is why now that she's dead, he just committed suicide.
Mm.
Which
But
also
like
explains
again, like I didn't really know the characters that well.
they didn't. I think I'm looking at it from a different point of view because I've reread this like maybe 2 or 3 times.
Hmm.
But that's sort of what I mean by like not compared to the first one, where in the first one it was all there. You didn't have to hunt for it.
Hmm.
You could feel the reasons, the emotion, all that shit. In B side, it's not very obvious.
They kind of just say it.
It's kind of yeah. It's very tell instead of showing, which is
Uh,
like the worst way to write a story.
uh,
You want to do show no tell, right?
hmm.
And B side is all tell.
Yeah, it's just like this is what happened. This is why I love her.
Yeah,
Suicide.
yeah. B side is all tell, but like Jinrou game is not all tell because it shows it through flashbacks where only they would know, and Tada only tells Nishina what he needs to tell her so that she'll trust him. And yeah, so that's kind of why I wanted to talk about Jinrou game because like I think the first one's a lot better than the second one, and I think it's a lot better than most regular middle of the road fucking death game things.
Yeah, it's definitely better.
Which
than
is why
most
when you're
stuff.
like, oh, I think it's kind of like House of Nine, I'm like, in what way? Because House of Nine feels so different.
I
It just,
meant I already explained it.
yeah, but like if the money thing is
The
the
ending.
only comparison,
Yeah.
if the money thing is the only comparison, then I don't think that's enough for me to go, yeah.
Well, the ending and like, oh, you're stuck in round two. You're not really sure who the person was.
Yeah, no, but I mean like the feel of a story.
Oh no.
They're so radically different that I can't see it that way. Cause like you could tell a bunch of stories about a cop killing people, right? But you can either say it from the point of view of where the cop is a hero. You could say it from the point of view where the cop is like considered a crazy person for going around killing people. You could put it from where a dark meditation about like whether or not vigilanteism is the necessary evil to solve crime. Like you can go a lot of ways with just a cop that kills people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's how I feel about Jinro game as compared to House of Nine. But like the feeling behind the connection between the people and the death is very different. Like even if you compare it to Nine Dead, where again all of them are connected for a very explicit reason. One lady faked evidence to get a guy arrested. One guy gave him AIDS. The other guy sold him a gun. Like all the shit that led to the kid being like having his life ruined, which is why all of them were kidnapped there.
Mhm.
In Nine Dead, it's supposed to teach them a lesson about how it takes a lot of people who feel that who feel that they're only doing a small thing, but that compacted that like your day-to-day interactions put together can destroy someone's life or make something better. And then at the end of Nine Dead, the woman learns no lesson and says, "Fuck you, I'm not going down like this."
And she kills him.
Yeah,
He gets
and then it gets away. So like,
It is
yeah,
a good ending.
that's what I mean by like Jinro game ends in a way that I feel is satisfying.
Yeah.
Where like, and I think that the villain, at least for the first one, is fucking phenomenal. The fact that he's just like an actor trying to pull his way through all the way through until the very bitter end, he's just playing a character. I think that's amazing. He doesn't feel like a bad guy, and that's why you learn to trust him. But that doesn't mean he was a good guy. That's what I
So
mean. But
he's
like,
kind of like an in between.
yeah. Well, I mean, he is killing these people. He's not feeling. He doesn't seem to feel any remorse about it, and he's lying
you
to
could say
Nishina
that-
so that Nishina, to the end. Yeah.
You could just say that he's just trying to win because he's a werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. But like, I don't know. It seems a lot more calculating to me when you compare it to Issei, who's just like a murderous asshole.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm saying if he was like a villager, I don't think he would really care, other than like trying to get who the werewolf was.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. He's a compelling bad guy. I liked following him. I like the more I think about him as pretending to be this nice guy to win,
Hmm.
the more interesting I think it is. That's what I mean, like I can imagine that since he was working with Madi, and Madi's like a really anxious, nervous girl, and he's the reason Madi's supposed to like fucking be here anyway, because she should hate him. I can imagine him going like, "No, look, I know you don't want to do it. I don't want to do it either. here's the thing, we have to do this together. Like he's bullshitting his way through the whole thing, and I think that's pretty impressive. He pretends to like Nishina until the end, like
He knew how to play the game.
like yeah, that's what I mean. That's so good. That's so good compared to a lot of other fucking villains. It feels good. Feels good, man. All right, cool. Food time. Unless there's something else you want to say.
Well, I was just gonna say the way to probably win the game is just to make the most people like you. But that's what he did. So.
I mean, yeah, that's what he did. All right. Oh yeah, and I also kind of I thought I should mention there is a third Jinrou game like manga. It's called Crazy Fox, which is about a completely different person. It has nothing to do with any of this. And it's self-contained. It's 24 chapters. It starts and it ends, and that's kind of it. They ended up adapting that into a movie too. But then again, there's like 8 movies, so you know.
Do the movies have like the all connected chain?
Well, the first 3 are just direct adaptations.
Oh, okay.
So 1 is still 1, 2 is 2, 3 is Crazy Fox. I haven't seen all of them to tell you, but it seems like it gets more convoluted as time goes on. So maybe, I don't know. It might end up good, it might end up bad, you know what I mean?
Depending what the director's focusing on.
Yeah, depending on the director and the person who adapted it, the screenplay. Because you could have a great base, but then like fuck it up rewriting it.
Like take out a lot of the story.
Take a lot of the cool stuff out. Yeah, because you have to like condense it. The thing is, I feel Jinrou Game 1 and 2 are a real good length. Like, how long did it take you to read it?
Jinrou Game, say like 2 hours.
Okay.
So like both of them like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, see, like, I think that's good. I think you could, like, fit that into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some where, like, you might feel a bit more involved. Because you have to make up new things. I'm not sure. I've only seen the first 2. I haven't even seen Crazy Fox because I wanted to read Crazy Fox.
It's not finished yet.
So, the manga itself finished. Nobody translated it.
No.
So that's a different thing. But yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Okay, food time. All right.
I was thinking it could be something that's good at the beginning, but the aftertaste could be kind of neutral, or like, actually no, because the ending of the second one was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it ends on a pretty good note. So how about something that's just middle of the line though? Where you're just like, we're like, this is good. It's not the greatest thing I've ever had, but this is fucking good.
Does it have to be like? There's nothing like evil or like bitter about this thing either.
No, it's not even like necessarily like angsty or angry. It's weird. Like for a horror thing, you don't really like look at it and go like, oh my god. It's more just like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like watching Reanimator where like people would leave or Audition. Like so many people walked out of watching Audition. It is remarkable. Okay, so how about this? It's like a few other things, but it's a better version of most. Is that a good analogy?
What about peanut M&Ms? No, that's sweet.
That's sweet. I was thinking of a Philly cheesesteak.
Is it a meat?
I think it has some meat. The Philly cheesesteak isn't like actually steak. It's like really thin, ribbony.
Yeah, there's some meat. Yeah. I feel like whenever I have a Philly cheesesteak though, I mostly taste the meat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying about the taste. I'm talking about the contents. Like, does it feel like having a steak? Are you like fucking dead?
Can we say half of a Philly cheesesteak?
Nah.
Because I don't think it fills me. It's satisfying.
Does a Philly cheesesteak satisfy you?
Yeah, like a whole one.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Jinrou Game is satisfying.
But
I'm not talking about like, oh fuck, I'm done. No, I mean like there are some Philly cheesesteaks that are okay and some Philly cheesesteaks that are good. And then there's like the best Philly cheesesteaks elsewhere. It's about like you could get a Philly cheesesteak in a bunch of places. Not all of them are gonna be amazing.
So this is a good Philly cheesesteak.
This is a very good Philly cheesesteak. See, if we were gonna talk about like the best, we would drop a name. We're like, yo, it's Pat's. It's the original place in Philadelphia. Like, nah, it's just a regular ass Philly cheesesteak.
So regular ass Philly cheesesteak. Okay.
I would just say, Philly cheesesteak, and then I specify if I meant a better one. I got this at Pat's. Yo, you got a Pat's Philly cheesesteak? Damn, I can't imagine what that's like.
Oh, or like a sandwich shop place.
Yeah, or like a specialty shop place.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's Philly cheesesteak.
It's Philly cheesesteak. All right, cool. Everybody, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
It's time for the news. I have a question. What is your news thing? Because I have a thing that I think will interest you.
What's Death Stranding's coming out in November?
Wait, Death Stranding is coming out this year?
Yeah.
Actually?
I need to double check on that, but they said November on the PlayStation, the play test, whatever. Where they
Wow.
introduced the new game.
Huh.
Let me double check that. Death Stranding release date. Yep, November 8th.
Oh. That is interesting. Wow. I don't know why. I thought it would be a lot longer
I
before
thought
we
it'd be
could fucking.
2020, but no.
Yeah, I thought it'd be next year. I thought it'd be 2020.
The game already looks finished. I guess they're just.
I mean, yeah,
Double
but
checking.
there's always stuff on TV that isn't necessarily,
Yeah, they could like hide it.
Yeah,
Well, we didn't finish the whole
Yeah,
game. Just,
full shots,
Just the demo version.
Yeah.
And it comes with, you could get a controller that looks like it has a baby inside of it. Like the body's always carrying. So you could get a PS4 controller with a little baby inside of it. Like a
Well, you
bundle.
need to be Yeah, you need to have Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That was funny.
Everybody loves Norman Reedus and the funky fetus. It's like, oh man, super weird, fancy, blah blah. Who even knows what's happening? Who even understand what's happening? Okay, so I got a thing to talk about. You remember Doreiku, right?
Kinda.
I'm not talking about detail. I mean, you remember what it is. You remember that dog.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that dog.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember Julia. I was like, oh, hi. Okay. Guess what? It's getting a completely new spin-off.
What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I'm saying. So Doreiku was originally a bunch of web novels, and then it got made into a manga, right? We talked about the manga, we read it recently, like last year the manga got made into an anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, there was an artist named Takayoshi Kuroda, who he's been drawing and writing some stuff. Recently he worked on fucking Imawa no Michi no Alice, which is this weird post-apocalypse thing about like, is a death game post-apocalypse thing with like only high school girls. It's interesting. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's interesting.
Is it a Philly cheesesteak?
Sorta.
Or is it
I-
like,
you know what?
It's like a deli Philly cheesesteak.
I have to finish it before I can say for certain.
Okay.
I haven't finished it.
Okay.
It's actually a sub-story to another thing, Imawa no Kuni no Alice, which is like about Borderland and like death games and stuff, and then it spun off into this. And he also drew on a different thing, which I really like it because it's a goofy thing. It's not serious. I like it. It's Tadashi Kodomo no Sukurikata, which is about this guy who well, okay, so there's this guy. He's got to go back in time to save the world from a deadly disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that the only way to cure the deadly disease is for somebody to have the antibodies to the disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's nobody who exists currently who has the antibody to the disease. But there is a guy who potentially has it. So he goes, "Hey, here's the thing. You don't have it, but your child would." And he's like, "Okay, so?" He's like, "Hey, you know that girl who's like you're good friends with?" He's like, "Yeah, I need you to fuck her and get her pregnant. So that way the future can be saved from this disease."
It's that dumb plot.
He's like, "Excuse me? Excuse me?" It's like, "Do you want the future to die? Do you want the future to die? No? Then fuck that girl. Right now. Right now. I
Wait,
need you
why
to do
can't he just wait?
save the world, please." It's Terminator. Remember how he said he goes back in time?
Yeah.
It's like,
Just stops
I need,
time.
yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Same thing. The title basically means how to make good kids, how to make perfect kids, sort of.
How to make good kids.
The right way to make perfect kids, I think
Okay.
I think that's how you would say that. Kodomo's children, yeah. I think it's the right way to make perfect kids. So yeah, it's 7 volumes, it's 68 chapters. It's very old. It's like from 2012. It's really fun. It was like Yome Ito Choice. Yome Ito Choice is fun. It's another thing about like having kids from the future. Okay, so the guy who drew that, the
Mhm.
guy who drew that, that is the guy who is now doing an extension of Doreku, referred to as Doreku Gang Age. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? I want to know. It has nothing to do with the original writer. It's all him.
Gang age?
Gang Age.
Like a gang, like gonna be
G-A-N-G,
people.
yes. Actually, what's interesting, I'm going to show you the promotional art they've released for this, because it actually looks like there's a Bosozoku on the cover. And he's like covered in blood as if to go like, I have to do something about this. And I pray that he is the protagonist. I really do. I think that would be awesome. I like how he looks. I don't know if the glasses are fake. I don't really know what it's about, but yep. Here you go. Look at that.
Oh, what is this? Oh, what is this?
Yeah. Remember how Julia was on the cover in like bondage gear?
Mhm.
Well, we got somebody else, and she's got like early 2000s gal hair. That works.
I have to.
So
I have to read this.
he's drawn a horror thing. He's also been working on he's also worked on Imawa no Machi no Alice, like I said. And yeah, so I'm really interested to see where this goes, because I'm like, Doreku is coming back in the form of Gang Age. What does that mean?
You gotta beat people up.
To save slavery? I'm not sure I understand.
I don't. It's this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yep, that's all I know about it so far. That is all I know about it so far. Takayoshi Kuroda is gonna make Doreku Gang Age. Do you like that big red X?
Yeah. So you
Gang
know.
Age. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know we're in there. Okay. Tiger hype.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit, get hype. Okay. Here's the thing. I have a question. Are you gonna talk about Indivisible?
Yes.
Okay, no, don't.
Okay.
You know why?
Alright.
Because I think we should do an episode about that. So
Okay.
I don't know if talking about it now would be a good idea, because we'll just repeat ourselves.
Um.
But short version. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I won't say it's better than Shantae or Guacamole.
I like the combat more than Shantae. I like the platforming less than Wakamele.
Um.
That is what I have to say.
Well, I'm coming from perspective like I finished it, but.
Oh, you beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I've gotten up to where I'm leaving to not China.
Tai King.
Yeah, Tai Lung. I don't know. I know it's not China. That's what I mean.
There's a guy there like Gundam Tanaka, so you're probably not gonna like him.
Gonna hate him. I'm gonna hate him.
But he's a little bit better.
Is he?
He's a little bit better.
Is he?
Cause he's nice. I don't know.
Oh, I mean that might work. I mean, Tanaka had his own niceness. He was just fucking
You know,
boring.
we're probably gonna do an episode on this, so. You're
Yeah.
right. I'm not
I'll
gonna
get to it. I'll get to it. That's what I mean by like, I think we should just do an episode on it, and then get everything out at once. It's obviously gonna have to go up after Horror Palette. But you know. Okay. So here's the thing. I want to talk about a few things. Obviously, can you guess what they are?
Harems.
No. Good guess.
Death games.
Go a little bit broader.
Manga.
There you go. There you go. That's what I wanted to hear. I'm like, that's not necessarily incorrect. It's me. But they're not actually harems in this circumstance. They are 100% manga though,
Death
because
Game, that is a harem.
I'm still me. God, that would be hysterical. Tell me that wouldn't be funny.
That would be good.
That'd be funny as shit. I love to see that. Cause what is the death game part of it? Is the death game part of it? They're killing each other to go out with the guy.
Yeah.
Is that the victory?
It's all girls, and they want to have the one guy.
Yes, it's like a yandere and murder off. That'd be kind of hype. I could take that. Or is it that it's or you could also do the death game, but the girls go, but he's slowly making all the girls fall in love. Wait a second, that's a porn game. I'm thinking of a porn game.
That already exists. You know, it probably already exists.
Euphoria, actually.
That's not a harem.
Yeah, actually it kinda is, and it isn't. That's what I mean. It depends on what ending you get. There's like 15 endings. There is the lovey-dovey ones, then there's the bad ones, then there's the okay ones. There's the ones with the cult. Remember the cult?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But it could also just be like there's like 3 guys and like 10 girls. Just like
Just in a regular death game?
yeah. Like there's no like motive to kill them or anything. Just like let's just hang out. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh no, then that's like not Habunoichi, where it's like a guy lives with 8 girls. They just live with him, and then he slowly falls in love with them.
But then one girl gets like jealous and goes like starts killing the person.
Ah, so that's what I meant about the other death game thing, where it'd be like a yandere and murder off.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, all right, all y'all want to go out with this guy. Everybody wants to kill each other because you don't want anyone else to go out with this guy. Let's see where this goes.
Alright, what are you gonna talk about?
Right. Okay. Shit. So there's 3 things I guess I kind of want to talk about. I'll go over them very quickly. There's a thing called Asper Kanojo. It's fucking crazy, and I'm wondering if it's going to be a romance thing or turn into a horror thing. I can't tell. Maybe they'll be friends. There's a few ways this could go. So this guy is a mangaka. He draws porn. He also draws regular stuff. Nobody likes his regular stuff. That sucks. But people like his porn. One day a girl shows up and says, "Hey, how's it going? I'm a big fan of your work." And he goes like, "Who are you? Also, wait, do you mean the porn?" And she's like, "No, the original stuff." He's like, "Really? I've only known like 3 people to ever buy my original stuff." And he's like, "I am 2 of those people." He's like, "You bought it twice?" I was like, "Yeah, I bought it twice." Okay, well, I mean, I guess what's up then? He was like, "Do you mind if I just like hang out here and learn more about you?" And he's like, "Sure, okay." And then after a while, he goes like, "So you gonna go home?" And she goes, "Well, no." He goes, "Where do you live?" "I live like 4 days away from here." You what now?" Yeah, I wasn't gonna go home." "Do you want me to go home?" "I mean, you could leave if you want to. I don't know what to say about this." And she is like, probably, I'd say 100% mentally ill. She takes meds. I'm just not sure what it is. It's very vague. She has like panic attacks, and she I kind of think maybe she has borderline personality disorder. I'm not sure. She had a really abusive, fucked up childhood, and she sort of explains it throughout the manga, and it really does sort of give credence as to why she's all fucked up. Like there's a part where they're walking in the park and she kicks a fucking dog. She punts it. And he doesn't just kick it.
Kicks his dog's a monster.
Well, yeah. That's what we learned. Yeah. But the reason she kicks the dog is really nuts. So she kicks the dog and then goes like, "What the fuck?" This is like, she goes, "I hate dogs." He's like, "Why?" "Because they're smug." And he's like, "What?" And she goes, "When I was a kid, my parents would sometimes throw me in this dog cage, and they would leave the dog out, and the dog would look at me as if he knew what was going on because he liked being praised. And he was like, 'Yeah, I'm out here, you're in there. You dick bitch. I hate dogs.'" And goes like, okay. Okay. That's okay."
What was the original work on? Does it say it? The guy's original work.
Oh, it was a sad, depressing, like, existentialist thing. When she said she read it, and then she was like, "Somebody understands." and I wanted to meet the person who could write something that understood me so well. And then he sort of explained, like, he also goes into his like personal failings and like mess ups, because no, nobody's perfect. Like, there's a chapter where she's like staring at him real hard, body, because that's just what she does.
Mhm.
And she goes like, do I smell? And he's like, what? No. Why? And she goes like, well, you never really look me in the eye, and I wonder if I'm just bothering you or if I smell or something. He goes like, all right, let me be honest with you. I don't like looking people in the eye. Like, that's one thing I like, is that there's both sort of admitting their flaws to each other in a very relaxed way.
Mhm.
And I can't tell if this is going to spiral into, oh, now she's in love with him and he's like, oh, you're a crazy person, I don't really want to, or if this is going to turn into they both know each other's flaws and fall in love despite them, or maybe because of them, you know. So yeah, he's like,
Or
oh
maybe
yeah,
they'll just be like good friends.
that's what I mean. It could either be their friends, it could be that they go out, or it could be he doesn't want to go out with her and then things go bad, right?
Mhm.
So the first volume just got finished, adapted. At the end of the volume, there's like fucking teaser panels, and one of them is her like fucking whipping him in the face real hard. And I'm like, I don't know if maybe he says something or she misunderstands something, because this girl reacts real hard to things. There's a part where they go, because he doesn't have a shower. He lives in a shitty apartment. So he like goes to a place to shower.
Mhm.
So he goes to the bathhouse to shower, and she goes too, and this kid keeps bumping into her and annoying her, so she fucking whips the kid. She trips him, and he eats shit. And her mom was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He was like, I'm sorry, I was anxious, and he was making me angry, so I did something. I didn't. That's what I mean by, like, I don't know what's wrong with her. She takes medications, she has panic attacks, she has lots of stuff going on. And, but it's clearly something wrong with her, and right now she's just, living with him. And yeah, so there's a part where she's like staring at him real hard on. He's like, oh, I don't like eye contact. It makes me uncomfortable. And I just thought to myself, yeah, I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me. It's like, if you're looking at me, what did I do? Did I do something? Why are you looking at me? I don't think you need to look at me. What's going on? What's going on? What is it? What is it? What is it? He's like, what about at work? He's like, I could do it for like 10 minutes. I look away because I can't do it forever. It makes me uncomfortable. And she goes, oh, that's interesting. He's like, why? Well, in school, nobody ever looked at me, and I thought it's because they were excluding me, and I didn't like that. So now I like looking at things really hard so that they know I'm looking at them. And it's like, okay. And then he, like, in his mind, he goes like, oh, I get it. Her staring at me is as if to say, please pay attention to me. I exist. And I'm like, oh, wow. That's the opposite of me. I don't want you to look at me at all. Get the fuck away from me. And yeah, so that's really interesting. I think that's really fun.
That does sound good.
Yeah, it's about 7 chapters now, and I think it's interesting.
Is it a monthly?
Well, it's getting updated really frequently, but I think it's just people are translating it now.
Oh.
So I'm not really sure. I'd have to look more into it. I've just been reading it. Also, there's this other manga. It's only 3 chapters in right now. It's called I Fell in Love, so I started live streaming.
Uh-huh.
So, no, I fell in love, so I started live streaming.
Oh, to get more attention.
No. So check this out. This guy doesn't have friends. He's got an angry face. You know that face that just says, "Oh, I'm scary."
Mhm.
So that's his thing. He can't make friends. Every time people look at him, he's all spooky. Whenever he tries to smile, it looks he's gonna murder somebody. So he goes into a school and he lives in the dorms, right? And the dorms is 6 people, including him. 3 guys, 3 girls. It's pretty cool. This is decent. He's like, oh, I'm gonna make friends with these people. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be hype as fuck. And then he starts talking to them. He's like, I don't know what to do though. I'm still bad at talking to people. Shit. So this one guy goes like, hey, what do you do on your day off? He's like, oh, I normally, nothing actually. You know what? Yeah, I go to the dentist. Sometimes I have bad cavities. Fuck, I don't know.
Sometimes I got it.
Yeah, sometimes I get bad cavities. I don't know. So yeah, so he live streams to make himself happy, and he meets the other people. They all seem pretty chill. There's one girl who's like real quiet and real like seems like kind of bored, and she goes like, "Do you have a problem making like nice faces too?" He goes like, "Yeah," and she gives him a high five and goes like, "We get each other." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." So then it turns out everyone in this apartment is a live streamer.
That's weird.
That's the thing. But my favorite part about the thing is that none of them know about the other one, and each of them has a gimmick.
So one's like a gamer, live streamer.
Yeah. So check this out. One of them, the fucking the choir girl who doesn't know how to make positive faces. She does singing. She does idol stuff on a live stream. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. There's this other girl who's like got kind of longish hair, and she does moe talk where she like fucking plays. She does voice acting as like a little lolly girl and dresses up all funny. And she's like really awkward and nervous when you meet her in person. She's like wearing a hoodie and just like I am. Her name is Plain, and I thought that's a fucking good joke. That's a solid joke.
Plain,
Jimmy, it means plain, like average.
but she's not.
But she's not. She got the little girl voice that all the guys love to jerk off to. You know the one. I've been on enough fucking Vokaroo threads to know that guys will pay money for them to say weird shit in the little girl voice.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. Get that money. Get that money. Just like in Jinrou game with Tada. Sometimes you gotta hustle. Sometimes you just gotta hustle. Yeah, live that hustle, man. Right. So yeah, her character name is Puchineko, which is like squishy cat, sorta. And the other girl is Macaron, and she's like sweet Macaron. I'm sorry. And she dresses in idol crap that's like all alpaca themed. And there's the other two guys. One of them is a crossdresser. And I don't know what he does exactly. I just know he live streams while cross-dressing.
He's that guy from Tumblr.
Maybe it's that one guy. But then again, he showed his ass, so I don't know. This guy, he just seems to be sitting there in a skirt. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll find out. I'll keep reading and we'll find out. I'll give you updates. The other guy though is a fucking dirty chuny.
Yeah.
And he's like, when you meet him, you're like, oh, he's so handsome. He looks so cool. I bet he's popular. And then it goes like, all right, it cuts to like four different panels as like on 2-page spread, where it shows what their live streamer shit is. And he's like he looks like Altair from fucking Assassin's Creed. No, he looks like Ezio because he's got all lines and shit. He looks like Ezio from Assassin's Creed. He's like, it is I, the one and only Holy Knight, an assassin shrouded in the darkness of night. Blah, 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 blah. White Goose, that's his name.
White Goose.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, you fucking dirty chuny. He's like, my brethren, let us begin our congregation again today. I was like, what a fucking loser. I love him already. Because like when you see him normally, he's just like, hey man, how's it going? Regular old dude. So unlike Tanaka, he turns it off. He knows when to not act like that. But at night when he's alone, he dresses like Klaha from Malice Miser and spins in front of a camera.
He spins. Ew.
I mean, that's
like he does a evil laugh and spins.
It's part of the presentation. You need the cape to flourish.
Okay.
It's part of it. Fuck you. It's part of it. You gonna pretend it's not part of it? That's part of it. It's flash stupid. I love it. I love it because it's clearly a character. If it was him all the time, I think it would make me angry, like Tanaka. But because this is what he's like in his room alone, I'm like, you fucking loser. I love you.
It's like Mikorin. It works.
Yeah, it's like Mikorin, you know. Mikorin talks to girls. He's like, my adorable little kittens. And then he looks at his friends. He's like, please help me. I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me. 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 And then the girl that he talks to, that I guess is the girl that he's supposed to fall in love with or whatever, dresses up like a maid with like a rabbit costume and does FPS games.
Okay.
Yep, that's her thing. And then
what does the main guy do?
He hasn't talked about it yet. He's just moved, so I don't know yet.
Oh.
What I do know for sure is that he bumped into the girl's room and is like, oh hey, I got something to tell you. And then she's sitting on top of her computer with like a fucking fake assault rifle in the maid costume, and he's like, okay. But then she kicks him to the ground and like holds the fake assault rifle to his face and says, you cannot tell anyone my life will be over. And he's like, okay. I don't know what this is about, but okay. She goes like, I will fucking make up things about you. I will make up rumors and spread them all around the school. I will ruin your life. It's like, that's cool. Please don't point the gun at me. It's like, it's a fake gun. Don't worry about it. And it's like, okay. So, are you gonna promise to keep it secret? Okay. You're lying to me. I can't trust you. Why are you doing this? I don't even talk to people. So, that you win. You win. I don't even talk to people. And yeah. So, that's, right now, on the third chapter, they just hung out for a bit. And he was like, I'm glad we were able to hang out. You're cool. And she goes like, yep, we're cool. Call me by my first name, because we're bros now. And he's like, oh, that's weird. I don't know how to feel about calling a girl her first name, but all right. And then he checked out her live stream, and she's like fucking crazy. Like she yells trash talk. It's like, what are you running for? Huh? Fucking shit like you shouldn't resist, just die. And he's like, I don't. This is bad. I hope that's just the character. This is bad. I really hope that's not what she's like on the inside, and that the thing we just did was like,
it's only 7 chapters.
3.
3.
Asper Kanojo is 7 chapters.
Yeah. It just started coming out, thing.
Just started coming out. And another thing I just started keeping up with that just came out is a gay thing. It's called Dosei Yankee Akamatsu 7. It's about a Yankee who picks fights with this homeless guy who's like really handsome and buff. Mind you, he didn't know he was homeless. He just saw him at the park and was like, yo, you look tough. You want to have a fight? And he's like, yeah, okay. And then the guy just keeps beating him up. And it's like, God, I like fighting guys like you. And then when he finds out he's homeless, like he goes, they go to the park again. And then he realizes that he's like hanging his clothes on a rack and stuff. And he's like, wait a second. Are you living at this park, dude? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, what the fuck? What? And I was like, yeah. And then he watches them like give food to the homeless and treat people nicely. I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it. Shit, you're living on the street. All right, what if you live with me then? And it's like, what? Also, this is maybe just for me because I'm a huge wrestling nerd, but you know that NWO shirt I wear? New World Order? The homeless dude wears an NWO shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like going to sleep.
He's really into it.
He's in. He's like going to sleep in the fucking tunnel. And the kid goes over. He's like peeks in, and the guy like opens. He's like, what? And then I just see his shirt. It's like big old ass NWO. I was like, oh kid, what's up? What do you want? I gotta go to work tomorrow. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Explain yourself to me. You from the future? What's going on? He's like, what? No, that's stupid. You're fucking dumb. He's like, I just want to know what's going on. He's like, oh, I just live here, man. What are you gonna do? I guess I'm leaving, because they end up taking out the pipes that the guy was sleeping in. And it's like, I guess I'm just gonna go. He's like, what if you stay with me? I was like, I mean, I don't know if that's cool. You're like a kid. And he's like, come on. And then and then when they're having another fight, he gives him his name. He was like, my name is 7. He's like, what? Yeah, Kanzaki 7. And he was like, yeah, just come hang out with me. He's like, okay. And it looks like it's gonna turn into a gay love story. I'm excited. It's just like Given, where Given starts with just music, and then it gets kind of gay, and then it goes whole gay. Which I remember the last time I talked about Given, I was like, it's not gay. But like by the end of it, it's like, yeah, no, for real, they're in love. I feel like that's where this is going to.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
How does this fighting turn into love?
Well, I mean, he admires him and he respects him and stuff. I think that's gonna turn into like love. I think
he likes his masculinity.
Yeah, that's why he admires him. He's like, he's cool, he's tough, he doesn't talk shit.
He also has a sensitive side.
Yeah, because he helps the homeless people and plays with kids and shit. So, I really do think this is going to turn into a love thing. So yeah, that's Dosei Yankee Akamatsu 7. Is the I fell in love, so I started live streaming, and Asper Kanojo. So those are all things I'm hype about.
I kind of have something.
Okay, what do you got?
Sonic Smackdown.
Yeah, the good Sonic game, right? It's gonna be made to play like MVC2.
Yeah.
Who's making it again?
I don't know.
Isaiah.
I don't know who's making it. There.
All right. Well, anyway, it's supposed to be like Sonic the Fighters if Sonic the Fighters was good.
It's already out.
Is it?
Yeah, it's already out.
Is it finished? Because I know they do updates to it.
I think so.
Wow.
I had a tournament for it.
I mean, you can have tournaments for stuff that's early.
Oh.
They did that for what Len's Fighting Herds.
That game is never gonna get finished.
Probably not.
I heard the guy just took the money. and then he left the company.
No, I don't know if that's true.
No, he did.
Really?
Hmm.
For them's fighting herds?
Hmm.
But really?
He gave it to someone else to manage.
Oh,
That's it.
but he did take the dev money.
Yeah.
I need to look into that. That sounds fucked. I know it's still early access, so I don't know. Maybe something will come of it. But yeah, man. Okay. So
Yeah, they have
SmackDown.
yeah, it's like MVC, but there's no like assists.
Well, no, it's supposed to be the fighters, right? So it's 1-on-1.
Yeah, but you
It's
have
not-
like your lockdown, supers, you got sick cross ups, push
Is it-
blocking.
Is it straight up like MVC? So it's like quarter circles, half circles, and shit like
Yeah.
that, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Metal Mecha Sonic is kind of like Philia from Skullgirls.
Really?
He turns into like a hairball and can cross you up from it.
Is he top tier?
Yeah, he's top tier.
I heard lots of people go like, "Yo, they tried to nerf Metal Sonic and then they couldn't stop it."
Yeah, he's top tier.
Damn, that's
He just
fine.
has a laser that goes across the whole screen too,
What?
in the air.
Full screen beam?
Yeah.
Can you move it around like old Ryu in MVC2?
No. Well,
No?
no.
Cause I remember that with the Hadouken beam.
Yeah.
You could just like move the stick and then like the angle would change.
No, it's just it's like
It's straight.
a laser, then explosion after the laser.
Does anyone else have mid lasers?
No.
Oh, that's fucked. It's a full. Oh, that's full screen too. That sucks. Metal
It's
Sonic.
like a slow projectile that moves, so it could cross you off too. You like jump over the person.
That's. Oof. We should play that.
Yeah, I want to play it.
I
When I
want to play
went
that.
to see Otaku,
Yeah.
one guy just picked Mecha Sonic, and he found like one of the Skullgirls players that took Mecha Sonic, and it was like a game for like $100, and he won the tournament
Oh
by
shit.
just doing the cross up.
Oh no. Well, I mean, if it's basically Philia, yeah, I get that.
It's basically like Skullgirls.
That's.
Except
I mean,
without
you
assist.
you could just get the feel, and you're like, oh, I'm here. I'm in this.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got the cross ups. Alright, I'm good.
Yep. All right, I'm in this. Yeah. Oof. Oof. That's wild. Ah, okay. You know what? I have something I would like to say. I would be interested in, for the purposes of this at the very least, recording an attempt at playing a game where we make decisions.
I thought
Because
we were gonna play Frog
Oh.
Reactions too.
do you actually want to do that?
Yeah, I was down.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll have to set a date for that. Get ready for an attempt at a Manga Palette Let's Play. Yay, maybe. Maybe. Hardest maybe.
Or we could play Monster Prom 2 when it comes out or something.
I would love to do that actually. Cause we can't do Honey Pop. That's not going nowhere.
Or we could do what Super Mega did.
What
Did you
did
watch
they
that?
No, I did not.
So
What
the
happened?
end of Japan, whatever, they brought
Yeah.
DVDs from Akihara, and they watched the whole thing together.
Oh God,
Commentary,
Matt Ryan. Matt
but
Ryan.
it's only available on their Patreon.
Do we have to get a Patreon? Here, pay $1. Now you can see the weird shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Dude. Actually, speaking about weird shit, that just reminded me of something. Do you remember Okusama Go Seita Kaicho?
Yes.
Okay, remember how you were like, how is this mild nudity?
Mhm.
Right? You know it's a remake, right?
No.
Yeah, the original one the guy made was porn. So this is the step down.
Okay, that makes sense.
I want you to remember that. This is the step down. Like, the other one was actually porn. They fucked like chapter 2.
Alright. Well, I mean, they're living together, so.
I mean, yeah. They're married, I guess. Okay, and on that note, thank you for listening to Manga Palette. If you're still here, you guys get it.
Yeah, you guys get it.
Yeah, you guys get it. Bye.